Hi, so welcome to today's training. For those that are just joining us, I'll just give a brief recap, even though I've already done that in the chat room. So, promised a free training, basics of website training, uh, basics of website design, that's a training, and the basics of digital marketing, integrated digital marketing. And yesterday we focused on the first steps to launch your website so that you'll be able to do it and for yourself, do it for others. And make profits doing that as a business. So I said we're going to the first step is domain names, registering domain names. We talked about domain names yesterday a whole lot. Then the second step is web hosting, registering your site on the internet. And the next thing is WordPress. WordPress, like I said yesterday, I don't want to talk about it again now again. Then the last is create the website. So quickly today, I want to make the video as short as possible. We'll go to domain names. We talked about, so what is domain names? What are domain names? We'll go through them. I will talk about all of them. Then we'll go ahead and register the domain name. If you want to know more, you can just go through Google and read through. What are domain names? The address of your website on the internet. That's all. Example, you buy a piece of land, maybe one plot. Its plot number is 66 Metama Street. That is the name of that domain, that one plot. Now, that one plot is the web hosting space. The building you're going to put on it, if it's a 3-bedroom flat, if it's a room and parlor you want to put on it, that is the size, that is the website sitting on that particular space. The content, the people coming to the site is the traffic. The content in the site, in the house, the parlor, the chairs and everything, that is your images, your videos, and your other content. Even a podcast can sit on that one domain. You can run a TV program on that one domain. You can run a blog on that one domain. You can run an online shop on that one domain. That's how powerful and effective the WordPress software can be. So we're talking about domain. That's what domain name means. 2, where can I get domain names? We call them domain name registrars, where you can buy domain names. We call them domain name registrars. Now, there's one thing you must know about launching a site online quickly. You can register your company name, exxonmobil.com. You can also register a product name, petrol, kerosene, buykerosene.com. That is the name. You can also register that under your company name. So you can choose to register your company name. You can choose to create a name, a product name, just to sell a particular service or a topic. That's why you can do that on the internet. So domain name registrars, there are several, a whole lot of them. If you just go into Google and type in what domain name registrars, let's go to Google and say list 10 domain name registrars. Just list it. And Google will bring them out, a whole list. Okay, look at the ones I use. They're even among first 2 here. Maybe simply because my browser artificial intelligence already knows what I search for under domains. So if you go through that, but I want to teach what I use. I use HostGator. HostGator you pay in dollar. It's an American company. I use HostGator for hosting. I have hardly used HostGator for domain names. My mentors taught me that you should separate the domain names from the hosting space. I don't know why. Okay, one of the reasons is most companies online are very good at one thing. If it's hosting, HostGator is very good at hosting. Domain name, Namecheap, they are very good at it. These ones too, they sell hosting services and they sell domain name services. But I use this to host, I use this to buy names. But you can do the two on the same platform. So you'll be opening an account with Namecheap. You'll be creating an account with HostGator. But our focus today on this training is Hugo Host. Hugo Host is a Nigerian company. and they've been running for, I think this is the 13th year now. They've done a great job in the hosting company, because it's not easy to host a company, a web service online. You have to have 24 hours server. So I'm not even sure whether their server is in Nigeria. It doesn't even concern me. Most important thing is how I choose hosting space online. This is one thing I do. Number one, I check out their response time. If I send them a mail, their technical support, their billing system, if they can answer me in before close of business, COB, I will work with them. But if it takes them over more than a day, more than 24 hours, that's going to be issues when you start having, because you always have one problem you want them to rectify along the way. So that's what I use. HostGator, they've been perfect. They've been perfect. Their chat room, the way they even talk to you, even when you're pissed off, the way they apologize, they've been perfect. Namecheap, there was a time I made a mistake in registering a name. Going back, they were able to rectify the name within 24 hours. So I was supposed to register, for example, commis.com, and I went and registered commis with an s.com. If you go back within 24 hours, Namecheap, they will rectify that for you. Google Host, I've been buying names from them for over a few years now, but the longest I've stayed with the HostGator. So we're focusing on Google Host today. So we'll be going to googlehost.com and we'll register the site. So now Google Host is a registering company. So before we come back here, let me flip down through this my list that I made here. Okay. How do I own one domain name? If I go to register, let's go to them that sell and buy, going to registrars. What is a domain name? I've explained that above. When does it expire? Now you can register a domain name. I think some companies register for months, and you can register for 2 years, you can register for a year, you can register for 2 years, you can register for 5 years. If a client pays you very well and you let him know you're going to register his domain name for the next 5 years, if he wants it annually, give him. If he wants next 5 years, bill him for that, as long as the hosting, the registering company is able to do that for you. So you can own a domain name for as long as you register that name. Then domain name extensions. Let me talk about that a little bit here. Domain name extensions. Now, domain name extension, example of domain name extension is google.com. The .com is the extension of that name. The product name is Google. It was first Google Incorporated. The product name is Google. The extension is the .com. .com means commercial. .com means commercial. Now .co, Colombia, I think, or .company, that's, they carry these two. .org, that's organization. .net, network. .com.ng, commercial, Nigeria. You can see .com.in, that's .india. .com.ng is Nigeria. Now we have country domain. .google.us, Google registered under the US. Google.co, Google.ng. If you check Google browser in Nigeria, you see Google, www.google.com.ng. Google.in, India, that's country. This one, .com, top level domain. .com, .org, .net. They are top level domain. They are most popular. They're one of the most popular extensions all over the world. So that's about domain name extension. You can read more about it. I just want to do what we need to do and launch. Domain name squatters. All right, I wanted to talk about domain name squatters. Now this is a business. It's legal. Now many companies are running online, so domain name squatters will be making a lot of money now. They can just look at a company that is faring well online in Nigeria now. Take for example any company, and they will just go and check if they have a domain name, if they have registered their domain name. If they've not registered their domain name, you can go ahead and register their domain name. Even though that company is registered offline, you can go ahead and register their domain name. But you now register their domain name, when they now want to build their company, they will come. A site that they are supposed to